All right, the episode of Shave and a Haircut. Good afternoon, good evening, good evening, good evening. I am your host, Caleb Tramble, your Shave and a Haircut. I got a co-host, my wife, Latonya Davis, Tramble today.
Good evening.
And you know what I'm talking about. JT, holler at me, boy.
Where them fans at? That's all I want to know. Where them fans at?
Boy, you used to?
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, man, how's it been going? And we ain't been on in a while. Before we get on the topic, how's it been going?
It's been going good, Momo. You know, these things here. I got one of them in leg, one of them hit me in my head. I mean, in my hip, high hip bone, you know. But I'm good, though. A good spirit. See, I'm and where them fans at? You know what I'm saying? Good.
Boy, you
Yeah, I'm good.
You said you got 2 words.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man.
Hey, brother, you ever see somebody get stung by a bee twice and still be happy?
Hey, man, no, that's something new to me, man.
Yeah.
I go lay down, man. I can recall, man, I got stung by working at the post office. Boy, I left that mail on the side of the road, bro. We got in the mail truck over by. I said, I got stung by a bee. Come get me. I went out, man.
Woo.
Left the mail, brother.
Hey, man, it's a big difference, man. You know, I'm a heavy bone, so when they stung me, all they got was some fat. You heard? Yeah.
Y'all like, look, hey.
I'm good.
Man, that was the wrong grammar we hit this time.
He said, ooh, he juicy.
Boy, you ain't got no skill, boy.
Yeah, I'm good, though. I'm good, though.
He said, who you with? My co-host, Miss Trammer, introduce yourself. How are you doing? Okay, that's it. You ain't got nothing else to say? Yeah, I mean, hook us up. Tell us who you are.
Yeah.
Hook it up for us. We wait. She's my co-host, ladies and gentlemen. She behind the scenes. I don't know why she, I've been trying to get on the camera for the last 25 episodes, and she won't get on the camera. She just talk in the background. So I guess that's gonna be my hype, man. Flavor, gotta get my hype, man.
I got one question to ask you, Boo Boo.
Go ahead, hit it up.
What that potato salad at?
You got it. You heard it here.
Yeah, I heard it.
All right. Let's get into our topic, man. Tell them what the topic is, man. Feed it to us.
Our topics today is the long-term consequences of growing up without a father.
As you hear that, the long-term consequences of growing up without a father.
Yes.
Okay. So, Jake, chime in on that real quick.
Well,
what do you think about the long-term consequences?
Well, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
It could have been better. Yeah. But we had one of those strong mothers. That stepped in and did what she had to. She had brothers that helped us out. Uncle Jacob, Uncle Willie, Uncle Larry, Uncle Philip. Yeah, we have figures. My pops was still there.
Village for real.
We have a pregnant father.
Yeah. Right. And a lot of siblings don't know that. Like our older brothers and sisters, because he was there when they was there, but when it came to me and you being there, that's when everything changed. So we adapted and turned out pretty good. But it could have been better. Been better. We just learned a lot.
It's like some boys, right? You missing some stuff that even though we got brothers and we had uncles and everybody, but they the older generation, our older siblings had a chance to enjoy some of the stuff that we didn't enjoy. They got some stories that we don't have.
Right.
With Pop and the stuff he did. We hear the stories, and then most of them are Herman and funny because our dad was crazy enough. he'll get you in a heartbeat where you at, and then that's it. You know,
So,
set you straight. And he used some of them words. You know, them words right there.
yeah.
You know, he quite matter of fact, he used quite a few of them. He was like, if he got your mind right, you know what I mean?
Yeah. If you want to really hear what he said, tune in to Handcuffs and Keys on every other Friday. I'll tell you exactly what he said.
Friday night, you tell us exactly Friday night how it went down in the Trauma household on a certain day. You know what I mean?
I think my dad is the one that came up with it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Glorilla didn't come up there. My pop came up with it every time he hits you. Yeah.
But yeah, man, you know, no, I guess what we're talking about, you know, is you know that it can be done. We know it can be done.
Yes.
But there are some families out there that it didn't work, right? It didn't work for.
Right.
It didn't how can I say, it was needed because, you know, what you think? I'm thinking more of mom wanted to be more of a friend than a mother.
But this is a day and age, boom, you know, where I don't need a man. I can do it by myself, you know. And people, there's a lot of women that say that didn't. There's a lot of men say they can do it without a mother. Vice versa. Either way you go with it, it can be done, but it can't be done in a healthy way. Okay. If that makes sense, you know. And when I say a healthy way, I'm talking about with both putting their input in, both coming up with a decision, not just one, you know.
Right.
Sometimes it takes two to come up with a decision for the child. And if you can't, you know, just call somebody. That's the plus about having kinfolk. Right. You know. Yeah, call it mail and get that advice, because you know you giving advice from a woman's standpoint, or you giving advice from a man's standpoint, and a woman might need, you know, your daughter. Right. So you want to call somebody, you know, with the same gender as that person, get that advice, soak it in and give it.
Right. So I say, you know, most I say our generation did pretty good with just having your mom around. But the generation that's coming up now, so this we talking about this generation that I think do need it, because they already come out, you know, fully education on some of the stuff. Pretty savvy with the computer, pretty savvy with the phone, pretty savvy with the internet, pretty savvy with the banking system, and that interests them more than what I think, because they think they can go out on the computer and research certain stuff that you didn't talk to your mom about or talk to your dad about. You know, and sometimes if that dad is not there, I think it is a void for that child when he really wants to know certain things. Like I always tell my wife, if there's not a father figure in the house, and like I told you, I'm not down in single mamas. I am applauding y'all. I am applauding single mama. What I'm saying is what happens if they don't see anybody to mimic? You know what I mean? Like you got daughters. I got daughters. You got daughters. They don't see the positive male role model around mom. Does that make them? Does that put them in a relationship or not? Does that allow them to see, you know, dad opening doors, dad take care of mom and dad getting along, laughing and happy and stuff like that? And so does that help that child or hinder that child? Because this generation of what we call creatures of nature, they watch and they mimic what they see.
Okay.
And, so does that hurt or does that help?
Well, let's say it like this. Let's say it like this. So, you know, you got this woman and you have this male and you have this child, female or male. Let's say the male is a positive role model,
right? You
know, for the daughter,
right?
But what you think she gonna do? She gonna go find her somebody just like him. That's how I want my man to treat me, like my daddy treat my mom. And they see that as they grow up, you know, they want that, because if it's a happy situation, then they want that. But then let's reverse it. Let's say it's a father that's weed smoking, you know, don't have a job, messing with everybody's wife and all that stuff, and she see all that. Then she know not to get a man like that. Because she don't want a man that's gonna fool around on or that's not gonna help her out and help pay the bill. She wants somebody that's gonna contribute to the household. So you can see that from both sides as having, and that goes for the female too, not just for the male. That goes for the female too. You know, the male might want to see that their mom doing the same thing. You know, doing something good, and they're gonna emulate that. They're gonna say, okay, I want my wife to be just like my mom. That's the woman I'm looking for.
Okay. So, you got anything you want to add on that, young woman, my baby?
I second that.
You second the emotion.
Mhm.
All right. Well, she's got something she's going to read, so we're going to go with that first topic that she's got right there. I got highlighted.
Yes, children need good parents. According to the 2020 U.S. Census, 18.4 million children are living without a biological father. This means that out of 73 million children in the U.S., 23% are without a present father. The number has doubled since 1968 and continues to increase. Literature associated with father absence indicates that growing up in a father absent household can be associated with negative well-being and life adversities among children. Fathers' absences can have negative effects on the children's life, such as depression, drug and alcohol abuse, anxiety, psychological issues, and a tendency for violence and sexual and criminal activities. Absences are also felt by the mothers as they work through pregnancy, birth, and raising their child alone.
Ah,
That's a mouthful.
so, that kind of summed up a whole lot of conversation that we had, didn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you know, so I guess we can say it is needed in certain senses, right? And in certain senses, it's not needed. But there's this generation of wait a minute, millennials now. What are we? Gen Z. We in one of them Z's, whatever they is. They're in need because nowadays, once mom does her thing and goes somewhere, that young man, if he doesn't have that father say be in by, because some reason they don't want to listen. But dad said I want you to get out by 9:30, 10 o'clock. You're gonna be in Alabama after 10 o'clock, right?
That's right.
Because it's that authoritative voice that, you know, I'm not saying, and again, women, I'm not saying y'all can't do it,
Okay, because my mama did.
but I'm saying that in certain senses, excluded the 70s babies and the 80s babies, it's different. Our moms ruled with an iron fist. Didn't say nothing one time. They never said no more. This generation won't stop. You better quit. It's the last time telling you. That didn't happen when we were growing up. Mama said, don't touch that. Touch it and watch what happens.
Let me give you a good example. Real good example. Okay, so you know how we were in school and we did things, and mama came up to the school.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think she defended us? No. Didn't say nothing about her child. All she did was took her to the bathroom, and when we came back, our eyes was reading.
Like someone said, we had a new attitude.
That's right. That's when I was hollering, I'm taking it, boy. You hear me? Come back in there. You know, like I'm bad. But I told you, it taught me a lesson. Mama had to whoop me once in school, and that was it.
Right.
Yeah,
that's it.
But now they let a parent come to school. My child didn't do nothing. Let me see the video camera. Let me see what you talking about. Cause I know my child. No, that's one thing. That's one thing that's different from when we were growing up and now. The parents just too quick to get on their child's side. Too quick.
That's right.
Yeah.
Children do things wrong.
That's right. Mr. Adrian Brad, thanks for tuning in, man. He said, I now remember what happened. That's right. That's right. That's right. Mama did not play. And that's the difference between the generational C's and whatever alphabets we going through. It's different. You know, we can't. It has to be some type of male role model. Even if it's at a church, even if it's at uncles, cousins. Somebody's got to stand in that gap. Somebody's got to. They got to stand there and help support that mom. So when that kid gets out of hand, because he gonna test the water. My son tested the water with Tanya. He lost the water that he tested. He drowned it, but he tested the water.
He sure did.
But you test the waters and then you swimming right, and you gonna keep testing that water, right? And so if most parents these days now, matter of fact, just today I was talking to a parent, and it seems like it was unheard of when you talking to an adult and then you interrupt.
Ooh.
That was unheard of.
It was.
If you had a pair of lips after she slapped in that mouth, you do. Are we talking to parents? And this kid just come up and he started talking to mom, and I'm waiting on mama to set it off, Boosie style. You know what I mean? Set it off. He ain't do nothing. He said, "You don't hear me talking?"
You know what?
And he kept talking.
Even when I was younger and grown people were talking, we weren't even allowed in the room.
That's right.
It wasn't even none of your business.
Fact. But these days, they're having them in the conversation with the teachers, in the conversation with what's going on. So that's why I say, if their father was around, all she gotta say is when Jacob get home, that's all she gotta say. She ain't gotta say nothing else. When Kenny get home, they know. It's gonna be some tree shaking elimination going on. It's gonna be some furniture moving. But that's not there. And so now you got that parent that want to try to, buy stuff and give stuff and befriend them, and then it turns it gets out of hand. And then that's when you call somebody and say, "Hey, he did it. I need you to help me." Let's look for some positive people in the neighborhood that's working with kids, and put your kid with that group.
Right.
Go there and sit down, and when that man or he or she comes and say, "Hey, this is what I'm gonna do," he's not gonna like it. I'm telling you now, a kid that's unstructured will not like any structure. They're not going to want to sit down. But if they come back and tell you they don't like it, that means you're doing something right as a program.
That's right.
You break it. You're like a horse. You got to ride them. But not having that father, to me, like I said, it misses a gap. We try to, I guess you said, we try to overlook it. But I can tell you, I know without a shadow of doubt, it's possible, but it's not. That's right. That's Bird on the line. She on here too. That's good. Hey, what's up, sis? How you doing? That's all right, because you did it. You raised Tawana, Lopez, and Chris. So you did it too, but and every now and then they had some positive role out. We instilled in them. We helped you out. You did a good job. Your daughter Tawana, she raised. I don't want to mess the name up. Help me out, Jake. Ziana.
That's right. Trail.
What's the new baby name? New baby. Hit me up, bro. What's the new baby name? Whatever you say, put it in for me.
New baby. That's the baby name. New baby.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah. New baby. Yeah, she raised new baby. I don't know what's the new baby name, but she raised new baby.
Yeah.
And so and so it's good. And we have, but the thing about it though, sis, you had enough discipline. You was around, you in that generation where you knew when mama did her thing. So you did your same thing mama did, and you weren't hindered by certain stuff and certain laws that's been hindered these parents now. Back then you could do your thing. But now you can't do that whatsoever.
Right.
Oh, she said she calls him Pumpkin. But what's the baby name, girl?
That's a nickname, Pumpkin.
That's what mom.
What's the baby name, girl? Pumpkin. What's the baby name?
Pumpkin.
Yeah, but
that's the name, Pumpkin. I knew it was something that associated with Halloween.
Pumpkin Fat.
Yeah.
Pumpkin. Come in here. But yeah. So see, that's a different type of generational gaps. You know, like you got James generation, and you got Jamie, yeah, Mike, Chris, Robert. All the generations changed, but we're all in that same group that was raised by that same mama.
Right.
And so we try to do the same thing that we were taught. And so we are we're having I'll say this is a state of time where we're having issues with young men, and they really need, in my opinion, they really need some type of male figure around. It's my humble opinion. I'm not saying anything about the women, but I'm saying like right now, this generation now that think they got to go out here and show how much of a man they are about youth violence, by mistreating women, by disrespecting folks in the streets, all that stuff there. If there was somebody to call and say Miss Johnson was sitting outside on her porch and you said something crazy, he called Mr. Tramble, then you know you got the business. You know what I'm saying? That's not what's going on now with this generation. They're totally just they just disrespecting any and everything. You know, and like you said, you got the parents that come up there and first thing they say, what you do, not what happened to my child. And I'm a prime. I can witness that. I didn't witness that so many times in my time working in the school system. Mama's coming up there, and they, you know, I'm telling you about it. Mama's on this Facebook Live. I'm telling you about it. You don't know what your kid doing when they ain't there. When you ain't there, they might leave that house just as good as day, and get to the corner, me rocking booty shorts with a paper on. You should never know. You just never know. You never know. You never know once they leave that house.
What they say, take one day off and trail that child to school.
Yep.
And just go up there and sit. I've done it before. I went up there and sat with my child. He didn't even know I was in the classroom. I just went there and sat in the back. Got permission, got my little name tag, went in, walked into the classroom, and I just sat in the back and just watched my son. And he didn't even know it. I was watching. Just do that one time.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. I guarantee you, they'll start looking over their shoulder then.
Yeah. But see, that's not happening, you know, and I know mom works, and you know, the thing about it, like I said, most of the moms that we deal with lately in our organization and our stuff that we deal with, they work.
Right.
They get up, you know, they expect the kids to go to school. You know, they get up and be to work at 7. They gotta be at the bus stop at 7:30. They are hoping and assuming that their child got on that bus to go to school. Now, I'm pretty sure they probably praying that they got on that bus to school. Hey, pronounce that name, baby. She got it on the screen right there. Navana? Nave? You see it, Jay?
Yeah, Nevaeh.
Okay, I ain't gonna murder that name. I'm just gonna call her
I'm gonna call it Nene.
Yeah, Nene. Yeah, we're gonna call her Nene. Yeah, Nene.
Nene.
So watch him Nene. Yeah, you know, we got on. That's right. We got on the bus. That's it. And so that's the difference though, Bert. The generation that we got now, mama's hoping they getting on the bus. When mama put us on that corner on Isle Street, she ain't worried about getting. She didn't want him outside because we were gonna get on that bus. Matter of fact, she was already going to work. So that, you know, that's just, you know, and it's different, you know. But if you got that neighborhood or that father that's stern, and he coming to school and just peeping it like you said, Jake, that should help out a whole lot. That should help a parent be comfortable with what's going on in the school system. And like I said, those kids, man, they're smart for one. They got so many slick things that they do. They got so many pages that you don't even see. And I try to tell them all the time, you gotta stop being slick, because that slickness is gonna get you hurt, or gonna get you taken somewhere. That slickness is gonna get you killed. You can't do that. And I don't understand why the kids feel like they can do they want to do that. you know, and think they can get away with it, and they act like I mean, so they act like we just jumped in our 50s. We just skipped, 1 through 50. We just bam 50s, and like we didn't do what they did and try to be as slick as they were.
Right.
Yeah, she got away with a lot, so that's why she ain't saying that. She was over here throwing house parties and class act and everything.
But I was at home.
While her mom was at work, she throwing house parties. Had the whole neighborhood over.
Damn.
Class act, man. Class act.
Damn.
So good.
You mean to say
And
your
so,
wife was in the house hollering, ooh, what a party?
He was in that bad boy. Every on your dancing shoes. Let's have I don't know what you come to do. That was her. What they say? Bert said, "Oh, we got. Well, you know what? Oh yeah, yeah. You can't say that's right. I'm glad. Girl. I'm sure glad you ain't put the rest of it in there. I know what you mean.
Well, I can read that and clarify what she's trying to say.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I know what you mean. I'm glad you didn't say the rest of it. But this is a rated P. We're not rated R. We can't do none of that.
I'm the rated R.
Friday night.
Rated R superstar. You heard me?
That's when they go straight bonkers. Straight bonkers.
Yeah.
But man, look, tell me how did you navigate? Because you did it for a little while. So how did you navigate raising those boys?
Man, when I was separated,
right,
and I had to get the boys and spend time with them. Boy, that was the roughest time of my life. It sure was. The roughest. Well, money wise, you got to pay child support. So
right.
I'm not even gonna say half. I'm gonna say like 75% of your money is going towards insurance and support. Right. Then you got to turn around and get your children and spend time with them. Well, that costs money too.
Right.
So if it wasn't for, and I'm gonna send a shout out to the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. If it wasn't for those guys, man, let me tell you something. I'd probably be in a ditch somewhere. Yeah. But they gave me a room and they gave me power, electricity, and all that stuff, man. I paid them so much a month. And that's how I got a chance to get back in there, go through the ranks, make more money. And as each child fell off child support, more money came back to my pocket. I was able to get a place, and they were able to come and spend time with me. Man, it takes hard work. I'm gonna tell you that, man. But it can be done.
That's right.
It can be done.
So is that the reason why fathers call themselves trying to be absent?
They don't want to pay the. You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. I wish this was Friday because I sure tell you how I feel. But being that this is Tuesday, I'm gonna tell you from a church point of view is what I'm looking for. I'm gonna tell you from a church point of view. Fathers today, they don't want to hold that responsibility of raising their child. For one, they know it costs. For two, it costs time, and for three, they really don't care. That's this generation. And I'm not saying that's all the men out there, because there's some good men out there still that are young and they're raising their kids. I give you an example. Jackie's husband, give him shouts. You hear me?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that man, that young man is the
TJ. The TJ James' son? TJ?
Yes.
And JJ, they got.
Yeah, it's some. That's why I say it's some out there that are doing what they're supposed to. But you got some that are doing what they're supposed to be doing, but then they fall. And when I say fall, I mean they fall with money, or they fall with being with another girl and think they got to support that child as well as their children, and they're not financially stable to do that. So they got to make a choice.
Right. So
it's a lot of pitfalls in doing that. But like I said, you just got to hang in there. Number one, you always take care of your kids regardless, because you have to do that. And if you don't do that, then that's going to tell everybody what type of person that you are.
Correct.
Everybody say the same thing when they see me. Hey, what your boys doing? Because they always saw my boys with me.
Yeah.
So that that's how they define me. I don't define myself. They define me. So when people see me, they ask me about that, and that's a good feeling. That's really good feeling. You know, seeing me and asking me about my kids. I remember when you used to bring them here, you used to do that, or like your wife say, every time I see you, your boys are always dressed alike. You know, yeah. You know, I'm happy and I'm proud of them. You know,
We are too.
and I just want to show them that. So you just can't give up on them. I'm gonna tell you right now, dude. If you give up on them, you done gave up on them, and them being they're gonna be the same way. They're gonna emulate what you're doing. Well, my daddy take care of me. Well, I'm gonna take care of my child. He'll be all right. I'm good. I don't need him. Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do. And you know, you got some fathers going that can't do it. And I'm talking to that child out there that got their father that's coming to visit, not able to buy you stuff because he's supporting you financially and not able to take you out and do stuff with you. Don't give up on that dad because he can't do something for you. You know, you don't know what he got going on. You know, he might got another child out there that he paying for as well, and he don't have the money to take you to football game or to buy you this or to buy you that. You know, have a gratitude for what you get. You know, not for what you want, but for what you get.
Yeah. You hit the nail around the coffin. That's for sure.
That kind of touched me a little bit, dude. I'm gonna tell you that now because I'm serious when I say that, bro.
I hear it in your voice, man. You know, it's you know, we as fathers got to understand and got to realize, you know that who was the first one on? I put Adam on here first, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I think it was meant. Did you say that about fathers and meant for each other because of the Bible? What you said earlier?
Baby, I don't know. I said so much.
And so
it's I know what I said. I said it was meant to be man and woman. Man, woman, children. We were meant to be together as a unit.
And so that's where we're falling short at, you know. I mean, somehow or another, somewhere along the lines, you know, like you said, the woman thinks, you know, she got it. And I'm pretty sure that some of them do got it. I'm pretty sure they do have it. But somewhere along that line, what made a woman just say that? Oh, you know what? I got it. I don't need no man.
It ain't so much that it was the one she had. I say get a new man.
Okay, I can hear that. So my baby said it was the one that she did have before she found one, and so that kind of so you saying that kind of put the doubt in.
It does, but you do what you have to do until. Okay. I mean, it is what it is.
Okay.
I agree.
Okay. Well, we come to a consensus that, you know, that we've got it's a together thing, right? It's a together thing, and it's a conversational thing that has to be had. You know, so what I'm saying is, if there's an opportunity, put that dad in the life and put those petty stuff aside, I guess.
Not, you know what? Sometimes that man won't do it.
But you know, at that point in time, that's what the child's gonna learn, right? You know, it's just like you put your child outside to come, he never shows up. They sit outside dressed, and he never shows up. And so now that child gets a chance to see that you as a mom, you're not.
That's right.
You know,
and then they get where they don't want to go.
That's right. Eventually, he gonna want to come pick him up. They ain't gonna want to go, right? And so, but you did do what you supposed to do as a parent.
Yes, sir.
You gave him the opportunity for him to come in there and do his thing and be the father. Not asking for money, just asking for you to come be with your child and give him some, you know, some guidance. And you don't show up then, so you tell me, you know, what's that? What is it about? So now that child realizes that, you know, sometimes a child don't know that mom is trying, right? They just think mom is just keeping dad away. And so they that might be some of the reason why they be rebelling against their mom sometimes too, because, you know, they have daddy dance, daddy daughter dance. They have donuts with dad. They have all kinds of stuff that's going on, and there's no dad around. And so then you looking at mom and wondering why. And if mom don't give a good explanation, she really don't have to. But I think these days, you You need to go and be truthful with it, right? Don't get up there and say something that's not that later on down the line, the son or the daughter realize that you were telling the story along. So be truthful, you know. I offered your father a chance to come to Donuts, Dad, and show up. This is what's going on. Make sure that your lines of communication is clear. And if you are a strong parent, you can raise them. Absolutely can. You gonna have to raise them with an iron fist because these boys these days are different.
Right.
You're gonna have to be the mama, my man at the same time.
We can do it.
And I ain't saying it can't be done. I've seen it. I've seen it through all the times in the programs, the DVAC programs, all the time where I'm at now. I see it. But I just think in my heart of hearts that man needs to be somewhere submitted in that child's life. Somewhere. I mean, what's your opinion? You think that's about right, Jake? I mean, somewhere submitted. He needs to be somewhere in there.
I'm gonna tell you like this, I'm gonna put it in an example. So
right.
let's go with the daughter first. So
okay,
the daughter does something at school that's got her expelled.
Right.
So the father is at home and he's like, you know, he's talking to her this and that, you know, she's sassy and all that. You know what he gonna say? Wait till your mama get home. Wait till your mama get home. Okay? Wait till your mama get home. Now flip it. Now it's the son that got expelled from school. Now it's the mom at house. And she talking to him. And he like, yeah, well, you know, okay, wait till your daddy get home. Wait till your daddy get home. That's a big difference. But if you don't have that threat in a child's life, it's going to take a bunch of time to get in that noggin for you to understand that you ain't playing. So one person, he can try to dodge one person, but it's hard as hell to dodge two belts. I'm going to tell you that now.
Yeah.
You get a belt from your mom or you get a belt from your dad. That's discipline to the fullest. But if you got discipline with one person, sooner or later, that one person, I mean, come on, you can whoop a horse so many times.
Right.
You know, and I'm not calling a child a horse. I'm just using that as an example.
Uh-huh.
You know, so, but with two, oh, man. Well, if my mom ever told me, wait till my pop got home, I probably would come home.
Yes.
I got a question. Someone asked, what if the dad is deceased?
Okay.
That is
all right.
What's
that?
That is a good one.
Okay, but we talked about earlier, right? If the dad is deceased, we've got uncles.
Yep.
We've got cousins.
Yep. We've
got church families. We've got pastors, deacons in the church. Somebody to fill in that gap somewhere along that line.
Neighbors.
You know, you got a neighbor. You know,
teachers,
coaches.
Yeah.
All them folks that would need to fill in that gap. They need to. Me personally, I just think they need to see somebody positive in a male role model to look up to. And I'm talking about positive. I'm not talking about the one out there in them streets, you know, wilding out and doing crazy. I want that guy that can stand on all 10 and tell that kid the truth about life, about choices he make, about consequences he'll make if he make the wrong choice, and trouble he or she can get into. So that'll be a tough thing, but hopefully there's a person in his life or a mom like Miss Bowie. You got friends that you know like myself, Dr. Phil, some positive, you know some positive people. So find some positive folks, and then just navigate that child toward that positiveness, and see can we get that to work. That'll be a hard pill to swallow because that child's gonna be missing a whole lot of things, right? Especially if he's in sports, especially if he's doing great in school, if he's doing all kinds of phenomenal stuff. Ain't nobody can say that's my boy. You know what I mean? Or she. That's my girl. Yeah. Or she. Either or. And so that lies in when we need to get them type of people, like I said, to back that child up so that child can be great. Because they're gonna be great. They got that positivity going with them at all times, right? So Jay, what you think about that question she said?
About what if they're deceased?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that'd be a good time to get your dad's brothers involved.
Right.
Introduce them. Talk to them. Say, hey, this is my son. I'm raising my son. I hope I can call on you all if I need some advice You know, and go from there. And if not, like you said, you got the teachers, you got the coaches. You know, you should have. If you don't have uncles, go with your friends, people that you trust, that you
Right.
know they're gonna make the right decision when it comes to your child. You know, there's a lot of avenues, but just be careful going down those avenues.
Yeah. Well, that's facts. You're right about that. What you saying? You vet that person you put your child with.
That's right.
So you doing a little research on them before you introduce them to, and hopefully that young man or young lady has already been involved into the family. Like family cooking and family outing that like we have all the time, and everybody know each other. So it'll kind of be easier for your child to hang with me because he's been hanging with us forever. You know what I mean?
Right.
And something happens to you. What
That's
if the
right.
dad was an only child? If the dad was an only child, that's the same thing we just said. So if he's the only child, that's what you do. You're gonna have to navigate that with the churches, school system, the principal, and yourself as a mom. So I think it can be done as a mother, but like I always say, I just really think that you need some type of male companionship for that child to be able to
Okay. So
navigate,
so
right?
this
Because
who is that? Who is that? Said what if the dad was the only child?
yeah, that's her
Who
name.
is
See it
that?
right on the screen?
Okay. Yeah, Miss Bowie.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna get on Miss Bowie's side. So
Okay.
let's say there's nobody.
Okay.
There's nobody. What do? That's it. Father's deceased. He was the only child. Don't have any brothers. She only trusts, females. She don't trust these males that are around. What is she supposed to do?
Well, she can do if that's the case, she's gonna have to raise her by she's gonna have to raise her by herself and have to use those females until until she finds a trustworthy person to help her. I mean,
Yeah.
she's gonna have to tie them shoes up and be the mom and the dad, the mom man, like I said, until she finds somebody. Because I'm firm believe that, in this day and age and with everybody walking Christ and walking with God, she'll find somebody in that church congregation, even if it's just a pastor. He's gonna be the type of guy that's a good leader, especially if you got, you do your research on him too. Now, don't get me wrong. I ain't saying just, take him to any pastor, right? But I'm
Right.
saying if you do it in your church home and you know your pastor's heart, you watch your pastor raise his kids, his grandkids, he might be the one you probably say, hey, look, I'm struggling here. I really don't trust any other man. I see how you are with your kids and your grandkids. And then he gonna probably, you know what? I got some man in the church that do their thing with their kids. I've watched them; they do just as well. I will introduce you to them if you prefer me. I would do that, but I'd rather you introduce me to some younger guys that can walk your kid through life. And so that's the route I would suggest for her. Because if most women, they are self-independent and they've been like that for a long time, so it's gonna be really hard for them to release the reins to somebody else. But trust me, if he gets out of hand, you're gonna release him. So before he gets to that point where he or she is bucking like a bull,
Right.
you need to make sure we just ring him in,
I agree.
right? You got to read that next paragraph. I got it.
Oh, the facts of father's absence. At a national level, 18.4 million children are living without their biological father. In 2017, 35% of unmarried parents cohabitated, and 53% of unmarried parents were solo mothers. Resident fathers consistently higher levels of environment than separated, divorced, or non-resident fathers. However, both types of fathers did not have statistically different involvement when their child was 1 year old. Now, it says separated and divorced fathers had a higher level of involvement than non-resident fathers. Fathers' involvement was found to decrease over time, and fathers with education, including high school or bachelor's degree, were found to be more involved.
So what they saying, Jay, we got to be educated to be involved with our kids.
And be on fronts.
I got a bachelor and a master's.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean? They're saying,
But hey, boo, I got that after I raised my kids.
Okay.
but what's crazy about it, Jake? That's what I tell kids all the time, and I tell people all the time. You know, folks do those facts, and they base those facts off of numbers that they read, but they never seen the hardworking father, right?
That's right.
They never seen a father that's out
right.
there grinding. But they go and pull stats from, like, you know, crime neighborhoods and stuff like that. And that's how they form their opinions on the family. And,
right.
and I don't think that's fair, because you not, like, I tell the kids, I tell them, why, when we go to these conferences every year, right? And we go and it's a guy. I mean, I see him every year. I see his face every year. And so he gets up there, he's got a doctorate degree and all kinds of truth and what child welfare, blah, blah, blah. Right? He gets up there and he gets on the board and he says 30 kids, 30 African American, these black 30 African American kids in the room. He says 16 going to jail. 16 more he says 14 of us are not going to finish school. Now, what's left? Nothing. And I'm telling them, like, dude, where you get these stats? He said, well, stats don't lie. Yeah, they do, because stats don't know what you've been doing for the summer. Stats don't know if you found somebody in a neighborhood that's gonna change your life. Stats don't know if you made a youth program or in a church organization that made your life change. That's just numbers you going on based off what you get sent to you by the state. And I just don't think that's fair for you to put kids or put family members in a box based off of some numbers, off of a few people. Probably 10% of the community is acting like that. But you go up there and you say nobody's going to make it based off of what you read. And see, those numbers she just said, that's based off of. I bet it's based off of a few people. But then you read something like that, and then you say, "Ooh, that must be true," because these are facts.
Well, some of I worked at intake when I worked for the prison, right? Do you know that's in the intake processing paperwork? What type of education you have? Is there a mom and dad in the household? Do you know all that stuff is in the intake at the prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they get the majority of those statistics from, are in the prison, because that's public record. Once you fill all that stuff out, it's public record. So, you think they're gonna come ask me and you? No,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm trying to get everybody to see. That's what I tell these kids when I talk to them, and I talk to these parents. I tell them the same thing. I said, they're not coming to us. They are looking stuff that's based off of what's going on in the community. They ain't coming talking to the positive fathers. They're not coming talking to the single mothers that's killing it out there. They ain't coming to them. They coming to the folks that's got all the problems and needing help, and they using their information, and they're using their thoughts, and they're forming opinions based off of that. Mr. Ramon King said, nope, it ain't fair, because we are fathers and not statistics. You're absolutely right. He said something. So then Paige Holiday said it is probably, but what she say? It probably is, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful for my village. Okay. Beat them. Did I say that right?
Yeah, that's what she wrote.
Slow down, girl, because I didn't.
The fire truck.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So, that's what I'm saying. I just
give a shout out to her, man. She on that fire truck putting them fires out. She can't text like that.
Yeah, you on the fire truck. You know what I'm saying?
The bottom line is she's saying she's grateful for her village.
Yeah, that's right. That's what she's saying.
That's right. She got those uncles and things. Great uncles.
Shouts out.
You know what I mean? And that's it, man. That's what we missing, man. That's what we missing, folks. We need dialogue. You know what I'm saying? More content, more dialogue, so we can start forming some stuff and talking to people and having people's opinions, so we can put them on the screen and let everybody understand. There are positive moms, there are single moms that's killing it. There are dads out there that's doing their thing, and there are moms and dads working together, and they doing it. So we're not to say it don't work. We're just saying that in certain instances it's needed. You know, it's needed. Ramon's got a young man in Alexandria that he goes through all the time. Most respectable boy I've seen in a long time. Him and his sons. I mean, they respectable. He's doing long range fatherhood in
That's right.
Alexandria. He's not missing a day. He's not missing stuff. He's there, and so it can be done.
Yeah, and it's
And the mom, if I'm not mistaken, over in Alexandria, she's doing great with it her by herself over there. So they're co-parenting.
That's right.
And that's the key. That's what we're trying to get our people to see. You can co-parent and don't like each other. It's about the kids. It's not about y'all no more. It's over with. If y'all ain't, it's over. It's over. So y'all just need the new parent, the new kid, the new parent to get together and do what you're supposed to do. So I feel like Bubba Duck, what he say? Trash. That's trash.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Come on, man.
Oh, dude.
Come on, parents. Let's do this, man.
Boom.
We are losing our kids at a massive number, man. I'm talking about a massive number. And it's too late. And it's too late to say, it's too late for you to start flying on balloons and having a t-shirt with their name on it.
Yep.
Let's get these parents in here and let's let them understand and know that we are there. Right?
There it is.
Mom and dad start working together. Let's time out for all that bickering and all that crazy. Let's work together.
Ray said he took him in. He's here with me until he leaves for the Marine Corps.
See what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We gotta stop working against each other.
Yep, you're holding your kids back.
Yeah, we gotta do it. No matter what. I'm talking about parents gotta, hey, like I say, you gotta do it. We don't want to be sitting there one day and say, man, I wish I would have. And that, you looking at him, he laid up like this here. There could have been some interventions going on and some help, right?
Right.
That rascal started his PT today. He better start getting quicker than that. The Marines don't play. There'll be a lot of spit slobbing and everything in his face when he get off that bus. Tell him, Jake.
He gonna be throwing up when he get off that bus.
Yeah, man, they gonna give him some spaghetti. Eat that spaghetti.
So,
They gonna fill him up real good and fat, like a plump. Like him out there, he gonna make him throw all that up.
They gonna throw it all up. We gonna change your life.
Yeah, buddy. Dude, hey,
Get in,
man, look, I'm telling you, bro, they gonna have, bro, wrong. I'm telling you, man, take it for two people that's in the military. I'm telling you,
Yeah,
that first day, boy, you gonna have ice cream, cookies, cake.
Ooh.
They gonna feed you like a king.
Yeah.
Get you off that bus. I ain't leaving everybody throw up. That's what that guy gonna say. He gonna run you until you throw up.
Oh, he gonna.
That's
What's
right.
wrong with you, boy? I'm trying.
I'm telling you, man. So but you doing an awesome job, man. Yeah. I've watched you in the past 2 years with him. It's like I feel like I've been watching you for a long time, and you basically you got it down pat.
Yes, sir.
Them boys are not disrespectful, and they when you say something, they perk up, and when you get them, they know they got, and the thing about you is like, that's back to old school. You don't care where you at.
I love it.
And you and Carl do the same thing, man. Look, Jake, Carl about what, 6'8", big bastard. Man, he get on, man, he shake his hand, shake your hand, you going to the chiropractor in the morning. That mode, I'm telling you, bro. And so we saw him one Sunday. He picked his son up matter of fact, he was in the front of the church. His daddy came out the booth, came to the front, picked him up like he was nothing, and handed him like a dog. I'm like, Lord, he's gonna kill this boy. That's what's missing, man. He wasn't playing. And that's what's missing.
Embarrassment.
Man, let me tell you.
Fear.
Look, everybody looked at me. I was like, man, I ain't gonna say no call.
That ain't none of our business.
That was much man right there. That was John Coffey, but spelled differently.
Sure, right.
Promise you.
I'm telling you, man. So that's what's missing, man. And like I said, we sometimes as women and as men have a conversation, sit down and talk to each other, and say it's not about us, it's about the
That's right.
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 And I understand you want to be independent, but I want to have some intake and some input on how my child is going to be reared up. Right. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you still have to have some type of passion, right? Because if you don't, it's too late. I hate when a parent or a young lady wait till it's too late and then want to call you to try to fix the problem that could have been fixed a long time ago. Make sense, Jake?
Yeah, make perfect sense.
I mean, so like I said, agree what someone here.
That right.
Ray said that's also why I took a hold of Tiger. I know he has an active dad, but it takes a village to go to check. That's right, with his mom and mother Woods. That's right. That's it. You see what I'm saying? That goes back to what Kenya was saying. About not having that father. That's what it takes. You see what Ramon said. He just went and randomly got a kid out the church and saw that she was a single mom and took it upon himself to step in. Hey,
That walk to the door was long.
And that's what is needed. You know what I'm saying? We call it yoke them up, Jake. We yoke them up in the church.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
That's it right there.
I'm finna wrinkle your shirt, huh?
Yoke them up, man. What we call it? We yoke them up, man. So you gotta now. We see single mamas that trying to do their thing, and they struggling because of that boy. Smelling himself now. They get to the age where they 13, 14ish, and now they got a little girlfriend. Stuff coming in places where they smelling themselves.
Yeah, that's that need the deodorant moment.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. What it say? Raise your hand if you're sure. Yeah,
that's it.
And so that's what's missing. And we need to get that back into this country, back into what's going on, because if you don't, you see what's going on. You see how people are framing the African American family. They framing it, man. And they got, like I told you, they framing us as bitter. The women as bitter. They framing the family as it's not going to make it without this. They putting it in a box, and they telling the world that if look, here's what I'm gonna say, and I'm the last 3 minutes. They are afraid of the black family being united. Okay, if you got a strong black mama and a strong black dad, and you raising that kid right, that's a dominant force, man. That's a force to be reckoned with, right? But if you don't have that, you have that divide somewhere in there. That is hard, and they see that, and that's what they use all the time. And it's no little yeah, that's right. He's big. And so I'm telling you that, baby. That's what I told you. I said, I don't know if it was opinion. We about to get off, but I told Jacob they are afraid of a strong black American family. Strong father, strong mother, kids being disciplined, things are working right. All that playing in a factor. What kind of neighborhood you think we'll have, Jake?
Peaceful.
You know what I'm saying? You can go outside and hang out and like we used to do back in the day, drink water out the water hose, all that stuff. But that's what society is worried about. Because if we ever decide to say, you know what, let's get this thing together, man, they couldn't tell us nothing.
Nope, we're unstoppable.
It's too many of us. There's too many of us.
Couldn't tell us nothing.
So,
we're the most resilient people we know. We know how to get in. We how to make them ends meet. They don't. They go out and buy boats and stuff like that, and then lose the job. They lose their mind because they don't have the stability that we have.
That's right.
They don't have the resolve that we have. So just imagine if you had a desire and you had a strong family together. And sky's the limit. Then you factor in you working and both of y'all making 6 figures. Come on, man.
That is.
Come on. Come on. Let's do the math.
That is.
Let's do the math. Like mother said, get the calculator. Do the math.
Right.
We can't ring the bell. Think about it. Let's listen. Let's let this ring in. If we decide just one thing to say, you know what, let's get this thing together, and imagine how big of a force we would be in the community. How if we can go down the street and the boy fight, hey boy, cut that out, and they stop. Just imagine if we had that in the community. They couldn't tell us nothing. But we don't have that because it's some things missing, right?
We're going in a different direction.
That's right. We'll be devastated together, right?
Sure will.
So, all right. Any questions before we get off? Because our hour has passed. We've been talking for the longest. If anybody got anything you want to throw in before we get off, I'm going to give you about 20 seconds to put anything in the chat. And then we'll close out. We'll let Jake say something, and I'll say something. We'll let my wife say something in closing. And then we'll get out y'all hair, man. We, you know, like, hey, unlike my brother, like and share my page. Like and share my page. My old saying, cash move everything around me. Cream, but we need the money. $1 bill, y'all. We gotta have it.
Unlike and don't share.
The more content that we get, the more people that we talk to, the more people that like and share this page, makes it easier for me to come on every time. And I'm gonna come on even though regardless, because I can't stop. I want this community where I'm living in now to be safe. And when I decide to do what I'm gonna do in 2028, it's going down.
Stay tuned.
It's going down.
Stay tuned.
I'm gonna make a difference. Please believe that.
Making a difference right now.
I'm gonna make a bigger impact, right? So anybody got anything to say before we do anything? All right, in closing, Jake, you got anything to close with?
Yes. For all the men and women that are doing what they're supposed to be doing, thank you. Thank you very much. Because without you all, we would really be in a turmoil right now. All the prison people. Oh, speaking of the prisons, I want y'all to go out and look at your school. Look at your high schools especially. Then go look at a prison and tell me what's the difference. They got gates in the front. You go to metal detectors. You eat at a table with about 50 or 60, 70 other people. You got a rec yard out there where y'all can play. The only difference is you don't shower at the school. So think about that one. They all look the same. High schools and the prison. So if you want to really think about your child and lead your child in the right direction, take them to the high school and then take them to the prison and tell them which one you want to go to. If you want to go to that prison or you want to go to the school, and see what they say then. That's what I got to say, boo.
Okay. Baby girl?
That was good, Jack. I say, just stay humble and love hard. Because no matter what somebody call themselves doing to you, you always win. I'm a believer, an achiever, and it is what it is.
Already.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say like this, okay. Everybody has a beginning and an ending state in their life, right? And that dash is what matters, correct?
Yep.
So what you put in that dash, as far as being a father, helping your child, is what's gonna matter. If you're gonna put in negativity, you'll have a negative child. Put positive, you have a positive child. Put encouragement, you have an encouraged child. So whatever you put into that dash between you with your child, is what your child gonna be. And that includes mom, same thing. So let's put some positivity, let's put some love, put some compassion, let's put some support in with your child. And like I said, if you don't have any support, please seek out somebody. There's organizations all over this country, all over the state, all over the world that's doing stuff with kids.
Right.
Do your homework, do your research, and please get your child in something positive. Okay?
Yep.
So
God will find a way.
that's it. So in closing, I always tell you, quit yelling at your kids before they go to bed, making them sleep well. Quit yelling at your kids in the morning before they go anywhere, because your voice is the first voice they hear, and it's the last voice they can remember. Speak love, faith, speak support, be encouraging. At the end of the day, listen to your kids. This has been another episode of Shave and a Haircut. I am your host, Kenneth Trammell. I thank my brother Jacob Trammell for being on. We'll be on Friday with Handcuff and Keys.
Ugh.
My wife, Tanya Davis Trammell, my girl from another world. And Tiffany's model. You know, all I got to do is just change the tires, rotate them from time to time, and you good to go.
Ugh.
Love you guys, man. Thank y'all for being on, brother. I love you, man. Look,
Love you too, bro.
we talk every day, so you know how it goes. We're gonna try to get Rob on it one day. Hopefully, we're gonna put him on your show. I take that back.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're gonna put him on your show.
Wrong
Yeah.
show.
Yeah, and get
He,
him on.
that's Debo. He gonna say, "Stop being and come on."
I appreciate you, Mr. Ramon. I appreciate it, man. We need to start getting more people on this chat line. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start tagging a lot of folks from the church, tagging people from other organizations on, so they can get on too, so they can talk, man. We need
And chime
the
in.
more people we need, the better it takes, and the more concepts we get, the better we'll make this platform. All right.
That's it.
All right, my brother. Love you, man.
Love
Love
y'all.
you too, Momo.
See you next time.
Yes, sir.